Welcome back, viewers, listeners. Excited to have you with us once again. Another segment, Business Leadership Experts. And in this particular segment, I'll tell you what, if you've been living under a rock as a business owner, not even a business owner, if you have not heard that our economy is heading for another big recession. All right. Now, we here at Business Leadership Experts, Temple Executive Coaching, we're not making a declaration one way or another. We're not economists. That's not our gig. But what we are as advisors, it is on us to make sure that our clients as business owners recognize and prepare. If they want to prepare, perfect. If they don't think there's a need, you can't make somebody do something they don't want. So in this segment, Donna Febus, our virtual CFO at Temple Executive Coaching, she and I are going to be sharing some of the strategies that we've been working with our clients during this particular period of time. And we're hoping that we're getting to some of these things prior to the recession. So first, what we'd like to do is to go over some 4 areas that we've been paying some attention to. And then what we're going to do is go back after we give you the list of the 4 points. Then we're going to go back and cover each one of them a little bit more in depth. So Donna, as virtual CFO, what are some of the 4 areas that you and your clients have been focusing on?
Sure, Mike. First of all, it's good to be back. I feel like it's been like forever since we, did one of these podcasts. So I'm glad to, be back to do this. Because they're fun, right? So the 4 areas that I like to focus on with my clients in a particular period like this, or even, outside of a recession, because it's always relevant. The first one would be, so working with your strategy and what your plan is with your clients. And I know that that's a big one that you work on also. So that would be the first one. And now the other ones kind of go into a little bit more of that, but you also want to look at these particular next 3 points individually, and then kind of like as a whole, so mesh them all together. So number 1, know your numbers. 2, inventory control, and then debt versus cash. Those are 3 areas that I really focus on with clients to help them to gain an understanding and bring clarity to, what their numbers look like, kind of where they're at, and any changes that we need to make to assist them with getting through this. So it's kind of like, it's not really a COVID kind of situation, but it's kind of the same thing. You're preparing for something that may or may not happen. It could hit us tomorrow. So you're proactively being prepared. And so let me go to the first point, and that was knowing your numbers. So when I say know your numbers, and you hear about me, you hear me talking about this all the time. It's like a broken record. It's like Donna's always talking about knowing your numbers, We're going to talk about it again today, just FYI. So get ready. So you need to know your revenue, right? You need to know your expenses, and you need to know it on a monthly basis. You agree? All right.
Yes.
All right. So the best way to stay on top of your numbers is using your annual budget. And so when you have your annual budget, you have it on a month by month basis. So you have it broke down based on, previous budgets, so that you kind of have an idea of where you're at. And once you have it in place, then you do a review of it on a monthly basis. So that helps you stay on track. And by that, just let me give you an example real quick. So let's say that you are looking to make a 12% net profit at the end of the year. Okay. So by using this budget on a monthly basis, you're going to know whether or not in real time, if you're going to, where you're going to be in regards to that 12%. So you'll be tracking the areas, that all go into affecting whether or not you're on track to achieving that 12% net profit goal. You'll be able to immediately see what areas that you might need to review and look a little bit deeper into and understand maybe why they're so far off, so that you can make adjustments now versus at the end of the year when it's too late. And that helps you to bring it back in line so that you can stay on that track. So it gives you that immediate clarity on your profit and loss for any given period that you're looking at.
Right. So what Donna is also bringing to light here is that when you have your data and numbers don't lie, right? So, I've worked with clients before in the past. And by the way, when we do hit a recession, and I've advised clients through a recession, people become more emotional. And they kind of, at times, they'll freeze, they'll shut down. They start trying to get a handle as to what's going on. Tell me, leaders, you haven't had this conversation, or a leader hasn't had this conversation with you. Kind of walking around, going from department to department, person to person, asking them, so what do you think? How do you think we're doing? And you'll get one department that says, well, it looks like we might be okay. Another department, completely different, point of view. Well, I don't know. I don't think we're going to make it. If you have your budget, and if you, like Donna's saying, and you're able to track your data on a monthly basis, remember, your profit and loss statement's too late, okay, at the end of the year. If you're reviewing your budget on a monthly basis, even a weekly basis, tracking your data, it takes the emotion out of it. All right. You've got to have those tough conversations with some of your departments or with yourself. And what she's saying is that if we're off track in a particular area, what can we do? We're not looking to shame anyone, but what can we do to get ourselves back on track on a proactive manner? That's a good point, Donna. Thank you. Well, thanks for watching that last segment. So how can Temple Executive Coaching help you? Well, there's basically 4 ways. 1, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so that you know when we put out a new video. Number 2, we help you to create an effective strategy to help answer the most important strategic questions to give your organization an edge over your competition in your market. Number 3, we help to develop your leadership pipeline's mental fitness and their self-awareness so that they can execute on their most important objectives. And last, we help to strengthen your cash flow management and your financial position. Now, to learn more, set up an appointment. Email us at info@templeexecutivecoaching.com.